Okay, everybody, this is Shay, and this is your overview of week two of digital painting. So already we're at week two. So for this week, a couple things on tap. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you've gone in and done the weekly discussion boards from week one. Everybody has not done those yet, so make sure those get done. I think probably you can do those till Wednesday. But these need to be done. They are for points, they are for a grade, and they are easy A's if you do them. If you don't do them, it's an easy F. So make sure you get these two discussions done and any responses that are required. Okay, so that first thing you want to do is make sure you've got that done. And then for week two, what we do is we're going to begin our project number one. So let's go to the checklist, go over everything briefly. So you'll need to this week post your work in progress discussion board. So what that can be is, by the end of the week you should have been started. You should have started to some degree on this project. If you haven't, then you're already behind. If you're not doing something by the end of this week, what you can do is you can tell us what your idea is for the project. You can show us any sketches. You can, ask for opinions, but you need to make a post to the discussion board this week regarding project number one. And then you would need to work on any thumbnail drawings, sketches, or other drawings for project one. And then review any links posted for this week. Okay, so week two, our first project is a character design project. And so what that is anything, any animated movies or big sci-fi movies or big visual effects heavy movies, comic books, they all have characters. And they all have characters that have to be designed. That stuff doesn't just magically appear on the film. It has to be designed by an artist usually. And so that's what a character designer does. The character designer looks at the story, looks at the needs of the story, and designs a character who fits in the world of the story. They may have physical traits they need to portray. They may have some things that help to establish their attitude, but that's the job of a character designer. So make sure you read all the Project One stuff. Here's your basic assignment. I've got some tutorials here for this week. One is a digital drawing video tutorial. If you're going to be drawing digitally with a tablet directly in Photoshop, that's a good one. The second is creating a turnaround sheet. That's kind of what this assignment is. Commercials. So this is a good video to explain what you're going to be doing for this project. So be sure and watch that. What else? Week two. So there's the overview of the project. More tutorials. Here is a tutorial for the Photoshop interface. Now you all should have had Graphic Design 1, I believe, to get into this class. So you can watch the Photoshop interface if you need a refresher, but you should all be familiar with Photoshop. But that's there for you. Here is a PDF I threw together of how I might approach this project. You'll note that in this project you can design original character or you can redesign an existing character. So this is my version of that where I redesigned Paul Bunyan, this time as like a Scottish lumberjack. So if you know the legend of Paul Bunyan, then this kind of takes you through how I approached designing a character. Now this is just a character portrait, not a turnaround, but again, I'm still working out, what's this character look like in this new world, right? And this is also kind of a way I would approach the technique. Like I would start with maybe a pencil drawing or a pen and ink drawing or whatever, scan it in, get it into my computer, and this is the approach I take. So you can kind of translate this to what you're doing as a how-to. Here is a quick demo on how to use another program called Affinity Designer for this type of project. Kind of a basic intro to it. If you don't have Photoshop, this is another option. I won't really be teaching Affinity Designer, but it's something you can pick up, relatively inexpensively compared to maybe a monthly Photoshop subscription. So if you want to investigate that, you can do that, but that's just a little demo. You don't have to watch it. Let's see. What else on week 2? Evolution of characters. And I talked to some of y'all about this on Friday, and I'll talk to the rest of y'all on Monday about that. And kind of explain this project a little bit more. But that's week 2. Make sure you've gone through the project 1 description. Make sure you understand it. There's your due date. And if you don't understand it after going through all this, let me know. It's really important that you all reach out to me with questions, and I don't mind at all to help you and to clarify things. And if I need to put some new videos up, I'll gladly do that. But I need to know. So don't hesitate if you're struggling. We want to start this off semester good, or start the semester off good, and just the key to that is communication. All right, so that's week 2. So just go through all that and get started on project 1 character design. All right, y'all have a good week.